You're men after 60, chasing younger women with expensive dinners, designer clothes, trying to act like you're 30 again. She sees right through it, and it's stealing your last chances. While you're busy playing dress up and flexing your wallet, she's actually attracted to something completely different, something you do every single day without realizing it. Hi, it's Vernon. I'm about to save you from another humiliating mistake that's costing you both money and her attention. Today, I'll reveal the 5 daily habits that make older men irresistibly attractive to younger women. Before we dive in, go ahead and like this video and hit subscribe. Here on Elderly Wisdom After 60, I share the kind of insights that help men rebuild confidence, understand attraction psychology, and rediscover love after 60. Don't miss what's coming next. And let's begin with the foundation, the habit that makes every other quality possible. Number 1, taking care of your health and energy. The greatest wealth is health. Hippocrates said that centuries ago, and I've found it rings truer with every passing year. Gentlemen, I'll be honest. As we age, health is the first thing people notice, even before clothes, words, or charm. Not because they expect you to look 25 again, but because your posture, your movement, and your energy all send a silent message. This man is alive, strong, and dependable. I'll never forget Sterling, a man I met at a retreat. He was 61, silver-haired, not particularly tall, and his face showed lines of life. But when he walked into the room, there was something magnetic about him. His steps were firm, his laughter came easily, and even the way he ordered coffee had vitality. Later, I overheard a younger woman say, "What's attractive about him isn't his looks or age, it's the life he carries in his step." That one sentence changed how I saw aging. Attraction isn't about youth, it's about aliveness. Now here's the truth. Women, especially younger women, are not searching for old men who have given up. They're searching for men who still radiate life. And that kind of energy isn't built in a single night. It's built daily, in the small habits you carry. You don't need to live in the gym. You don't need a six-pack, but you do need to respect your body. Stretch every morning. Take brisk walks instead of endless hours in a chair. Choose whole foods over processed ones. Even 10 minutes of breathing or meditation can put light in your face and calm in your voice. I know what some of you might be thinking, but Vernon, it's too late for me. My knees ache, my back hurts. Believe me, I've been there. But every step forward counts. A slow walk beats no walk. Drinking water beats another soda. Each small act builds energy, and that energy doesn't just stay inside you, it radiates outward. When you enter a room, do people feel your weight dragging the air down, or do they feel lifted by your presence? Energy is invisible, but it's unforgettable. And remember this, health isn't just for you. When you take care of your body, you're also caring for the woman beside you, because you're giving her the gift of more time, more adventures, more moments together. Gentlemen, energy is more attractive than any cologne you'll ever wear. It speaks before you even open your mouth. But once your health gives you presence, the next thing that silently announces your value is what you wear. Number 2, dressing with confidence and style. When I was a young man, I thought clothes were just fabric, something to cover the body and keep warm. But as I've grown older, I've realized clothing is far more than protection. It's a language. It tells the world, and especially younger women, how you see yourself. For men over 60, this is one of the most overlooked habits that make older men attractive. Dressing with confidence doesn't mean chasing every fashion trend or pretending to be 25 again. That only makes you look like you're trying too hard. Real style tips for older men come down to 3 things: dignity, self-respect, and attention to detail. My friend Daniel once gave me a perfect example. At 65, he was witty, intelligent, full of stories, but his wardrobe made him look invisible. Oversized polos from decades ago, worn-out shoes, and pants that sagged. Women never looked twice. Then, after his daughter convinced him to try a tailored blazer, a clean white shirt, dark jeans, and polished leather shoes, the difference was dramatic. He told me, "Vernon, I didn't change, but suddenly people noticed me again." That's when I saw how powerful dressing with confidence can be. Gentlemen, style is more than fashion. It's dating advice for men over 60 written on fabric. When you walk into a cafe or restaurant, your clothing silently communicates male confidence after 60. And attraction psychology tells us this: women respond to signals of self-respect before they respond to words. When was the last time you chose clothes not just for comfort, but for how they shape your presence? Do you have one outfit that brings out your charisma after 60? Share your experiences in the comments below. Other men will learn from your wisdom, and younger women may even add their perspective. Clothes can't replace your character, but they amplify it. They help women see the dignity you already carry. As Oscar Wilde once said, "You can never be overdressed or overeducated." While appearance may turn a head, what truly holds her attention is how you communicate, and more importantly, how you listen. Number 3. Respectful communication. If there's one habit that separates attractive older men from the rest, it's not money, not titles, not even charm. It's respectful communication. Women, especially younger women, pay close attention to how a man listens. I had a friend named Harold, 63, who used to complain, "Vernon, I don't understand. I take women to good restaurants, I tell them stories from my career, but they rarely want a second date." I sat with him once and noticed the problem immediately. He interrupted every sentence. He meant well, but he was always jumping in with advice, trying to prove his experience. To him, it felt like guidance. To the woman across the table, it felt like she wasn't being heard. Months later, Harold finally tried something new. Instead of filling the silence, he leaned back, let her finish, and asked thoughtful questions. And the change was incredible. A woman he dated told him, "You're the first man in years who actually listened without cutting me off." That single habit, respectful communication, turned his entire dating experience around. That's because attraction psychology teaches us this: people are drawn to those who make them feel understood. Respectful communication isn't about using the perfect line. It's about presence, patience, and humility. Confucius once said, "The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions." And this is what women admire about older men. They don't need to dominate the conversation. They're listening,
already carries weight. Gentlemen, in your next conversation, count how many times you interrupt. Try to cut that number in half. You'll notice not only women, but everyone around you leaning in closer. This is one of the simplest but most powerful older men dating tips I can give you. And if this resonates, share this video with a friend. Sometimes, the biggest gift you can offer another man isn't a flashy dating trick. It's a reminder that listening is timeless. Because in the end, words may catch her attention for a moment, but being heard and respected is what keeps her close. When respectful communication is combined with something deeper, a passion that fuels your life, that's when you become truly unforgettable.
Number 4. Living with passion and purpose. After retirement, many men make this same mistake I once did, thinking freedom means doing nothing. I told myself I deserved endless naps, fishing trips, and television, and at first, it felt like paradise. But within months, I started to fade. My energy dropped, my conversations grew shallow, and I could feel myself becoming dull. One evening, my wife sat across from me at dinner. She didn't raise her voice, but her words cut deep. "Vernon, I didn't fall in love with a man who naps all afternoon. I fell in love with the man whose eyes lit up when he talked about his projects, his dreams, his ideas. Don't let that man disappear." That conversation shook me. I realized something powerful. Passion and purpose aren't optional. They are oxygen. And when a man loses them, he doesn't just lose attraction, he loses himself. Younger women sense this instantly. They're not drawn to an older man who spends his days waiting for the clock to run out. They're drawn to charisma after 60. The glow of someone who still has goals, still has excitement, still has something that wakes him up in the morning. This is one of those habits that make older men attractive because it shows life hasn't passed you by. Look, passion doesn't have to mean climbing mountains or starting a company. For me, it was writing, speaking, and mentoring. For my neighbor Henry, it's his vineyard. For you, it might be painting, coaching a team, or learning an instrument. Purpose is personal. But whatever it is, it must give your life structure and meaning. Think of it this way. When a younger woman sees you still chasing joy, still creating, still living with intention, she sees a man who was more than his age. That's the kind of dating advice for men over 60 that most won't tell you. Your purpose is your magnet. So if you've been drifting, it's time to reclaim your spark. Find something worth giving your days to. And if you want to remember this message, save this video right now so you can return to it whenever you feel yourself losing momentum. Because passion is contagious. When you burn for life, others feel warmer around you. As Viktor Frankl once said, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how." And that brings us to the final habit, the one most older men overlook, but the one that makes all the difference. Number 5. Emotional stability and confidence. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." And I believe one of the bravest things an older man can do is carry emotional stability. Gentlemen, in a world that feels rushed, loud, and restless, emotional stability is rare, and rare things are valuable. Younger women might admire the energy of a 25-year-old, but what they long for is the calm of a man who has walked through storms and still stands steady. That calm is male confidence after 60. Not the chest-thumping kind, but the quiet strength that says, "I can handle life." I'll admit, I didn't always have this. In my 50s, stress chewed me up. I lost my patience too easily. But over time, I realized that anger and panic never earned respect. What did? A steady hand, a grounded voice, a smile even when things didn't go my way. That's when I started practicing habits that make older men attractive at a deeper level. Breathing before reacting, speaking with calm, and reminding myself that every problem passes. Attraction psychology shows us something simple. Women feel safe around stability. Safety here doesn't mean wealth or protection from the outside world. It means safety in your presence, that you won't snap, that you won't spiral, that you'll remain steady no matter what the moment brings. I once spoke with a younger woman who said, "With men my age, I never know what mood I'll get. With older men, I feel grounded. It's like being next to a steady tree in the wind." That imagery has stayed with me ever since. So if you want practical dating advice for men over 60, here it is. Cultivate calm. Practice patience when traffic piles up. Respond gently when you're misunderstood. Smile when frustration tempts you to frown. These small choices build an aura of strength that words cannot fake. Because, gentlemen, emotional stability is the crown jewel. It's what makes a woman exhale and think, "With him, I can rest." And that, my friends, brings us to the end. Because true attraction isn't really about age at all. We've covered 5 habits that make older men irresistible to younger women. Watching this far, you know the truth. It's not about competing with younger men. It's not about money, status, or pretending to be 20 years younger. It's about embracing habits that only a lifetime of experience allows you to practice. An older man doesn't need to prove himself. He already carries the advantage: wisdom, steadiness, and depth. When you build these habits, that advantage becomes undeniable. Attraction isn't about the past you've lost, it's about the present you offer today. In the words of Viktor Frankl, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. And those changes, small daily habits, are what make you magnetic at any age. Which habit will you start practicing today? Share your story in the comments. Your answer might just be the encouragement another man needs tonight. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and check the description for more elderly wisdom on confidence, dating, and relationships after 60. And I'm Vernon. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.